What's up, guys? Nethervvoid here with more World of Tanks subscriber replays for you. And I know the last video I said I was going to be doing another video, but I think the way I'm going to do this now is I'm going to do just one video a day or one replay a day. I'm going to try to do that. It's a little bit more than I had been doing before, but I think if that's all I do for World of Tanks, I think that'll be better. You know, you can expect a replay per day. I think that's a good idea. It's only the videos would be shorter, but at least you guys get consistent footage. And there we go. What a that jerk moves, man. Look at that. It's funny though. It's hilarious. Oh man, low tier games. Sometimes I feel like you have more fun in low tier games, just because people kind of screw around and just have fun, you know. Anyway, this is a T49 American Tier 5 TD on the turreted TD line. This is really one of the... I'm in one buy. This is one of the reasons it's so awesome. Really fast tank, really great pen, and damage. 115 damage, 128 pen. Fast firing American gun, great gun depression. This is basically the little Hellcat. The funny thing about this tank is, I love this tank. It's one of my favorite TDs. It jacks people up. I got a mastery in this thing, I'm pretty sure anyway. And, ooh, bam. Nice hit on the Electo. Luckily, does not get hit, I'm sure, by the HE shell. He's locked into him with the right click there. And criticaling him, but not taking him out. There we go. See that American reload speed? Insane. I love this tank, but I really really said I hated the Hellcat. Now, I think I just need to go back and replay the Hellcat. I need to give it another chance. If I play it a lot more like the T49, I think I would like it more. I tried to use the Hellcat more as an assault tank, which is really not what it is. But when you get into the higher tier TDs, a lot of them are assault tanks. So I had a hard time transitioning back to that Hellcat. But anyway, this tank is amazing, and he's using it. This is sent to me by Mr. Quetzal? Mr. Quetzal from Laughing My Ass Off clan here. Just doing a great job on Siegfried Line Encounter, one of my favorite maps. Working on a KV-1S. I think he's locked in right here with a right click. Yeah, he's locked in. He also has the realistic bounce or recoil in sniper mode. I think you should turn that off. It's my recommendation. It's easier to keep on the target when you don't have that on, even if it's not realistic, because you don't want to put yourself at a disadvantage for no reason. I actually like it. I like the game to be more realistic. But if your enemy, oh nice, catches them on fire right there. Germans known for catching on fire because I don't know, whatever. But we can go on for days about that. But yeah, I'm all for realism, but I think to make an even playing field, everybody has to be forced to use the realism. If players are allowed to turn it off, you have to do it. It's a competitive game. I mean, you don't have to, but if you want to be competitive and you want to have fun, if you want to win. To me, winning is a huge part of the game. That's why I play the game. Just like when I play football or soccer or something like that. I play to win, right? I want to play and try to push myself to beat the people I'm playing against. So yeah, winning is kind of a big deal to me. And so I have to be competitive as I can. It's the same thing that goes for downloading mods. It can be a pain. But it makes the game, a lot of times, it makes the game more fun and easier to play. But it gives you great information that the enemy team, I guarantee you, the good players are using these mods. If you don't use them, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage, and it's just really not a good idea. So, nice pincer moves here, while the enemy is focused on the other guy, the Nashorn right there, pretty sure. The E8's focused on him, drive around and get some opportunistic damage on those guys and take them out. That's really how, in my opinion, that's probably the biggest thing that makes that separates a good player from the bad players. Good players from bad players is especially in these random games and with random teams, is noticing when you have an opportunity to work with a teammate and take somebody out, get the 2v1 on somebody on the angle that the enemy is not expecting. Or pincer moves, really. If you can do that, that's really the first thing you should work on as a new player to this game, in my opinion, is watching that mini-map, paying attention to where the enemy is and where your friendlies are as a team, and really working the map in that regard and working your positioning in that regard. If you can do that, you're going to have you're already going to be better than most players. For some reason, most players have a hard time doing that. I don't know if it's because they're used to FPS. In a lot of FPSs, you don't have to use you don't really rely on your teammates as much. Especially Call of Duty, it's more of like a run and gun. You know, I'm a Rambo. I don't really care where my friendlies are. But in this game, it's really relies on teamwork. That separates the men from the boys. So working this T-25, he has not been spotted yet as far as him. Oh, now he's spotted. Now the T-25 knows where he is. Getting that opportunistic damage while he can on the T-25. Going to be using his gun depression here. Right clicks the T-25 to stay on top of him. And boom! Gets a little help from the Arty. Again, Arty working together there. So, 2 against 5. This is not looking good for Quetzal. He's going to use the superior speed of this T49. We're going to fast forward a little bit because this part's pretty boring. But he's going to come over here, make sure nobody's going to... Oh, there he is. There's the Hellcat. Hellcat at full. He's got the help from the artillery. And he's locked into the... Oh, he missed. He's not locked into him anymore. And so he's going to use... He's got a slight turret traverse advantage on this Hellcat. He's going to use it to his advantage. The Hellcat really underestimating Quetzal here. Underestimating the superior tank that the T49 is, even though he's the parent of the Hellcat, the noob of the Hellcat, basically. Hellcat getting jacked up. That's how you know you've made it as a player. Somebody calls you as a hacksaws and says you're reported. That's how you know you're a badass. If somebody does that, and seriously, it's like an unofficial badge of mastery in the player community is being called a hacker. So Quetzal getting the badge of approval from his peers there as a badass. Again, using his tank's advantage to take care of this enemy team, just to ruin them. So he's gonna drive all the way around the enemy map. Enemy is not capping yet, so he's got plenty of time. I think even if they were, he would, because he's so speedy. Okay, let's back it up a little bit here. He's going to be coming up on hopefully Arty positioning. Just using that T49 speed. Again, the Hellcat works a lot like this tank. Hellcat has a little bit harder with turret traverse. It's a little bit more nerfed. And I think that might be where I had the issue with how to play the Hellcat. But to use it the same way, really what you want to do with the Hellcat is find that position on the map that you need to be in. Now, as the tank weakness, like the Hellcat's weakness, becomes more lopsided. So there he is, finds the Arty, gets spotted by the Arty, locks into the Arty. Turret traverse really not doing it for him right there, but boom, takes out the Arty. Again, knowing that the Arty's traverse is a little bit weaker than his, you know, doesn't freak out too much. Enemies firing at him there. A couple more Artys still on the board. We're not sure where they are. We're going to go spot them or scout them out. Oh, yeah, we do. They're all on the cap. So he's got to push it. 16 seconds remain. He's got to get in there and get a shot. He's just got to drive in there blind and shoot someone. I think he can do this, though. He can do this. They're in the cap, right? He's got cover. Oh, here we go. Oh, the Nashorn takes his ass out of the game. That's the end. We're going to be looking at end caps here. I'm not going to be... I don't see them because I'm just putting them in after the fact. Awesome game by Quetzal. You thought he was going to own those poor noobs. Oh, in your face. A little bit of a surprise there. I love games that end in surprise, even though you're like, shit, man, seriously? Oh, this game was pimping. I had 4 kills, 2,600 damage. This was going to be my game of games to send in to Nether and have him post it. And guess what? This kind of surprise ending is exactly the kind of crap I love, because it's like, you know, holy shit, you thought you knew it was going to happen because I only post awesome replays, and boom, in his face, gets taken out by the noobs. Anyway, send your replays into dgnetsubmissions@gmail.com. I'm not doing replay team anymore. I will probably have a special replay series, mini-series, just for those guys who were doing on the replay team and who are still around, to say thank you, and I appreciate it. So again, stay tuned for tomorrow for the next subscriber replay, and stay frosty.